Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I am back again doing the Sex and Relationships monthly tarot horoscope for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Virgo. And part of my voice I have been recording all day, so again, so it's still a little bit beat up from doing my finance videos. So just kind of bear with me. So yeah, I appreciate your patience, guys, for waiting on these videos. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to do them again because I'm going to go back to using my Shadowscapes deck predominantly, I just don't have as much time set aside to record every month as I really need to in order to do all the videos that I want to do, because I take so much time for it, and I have so many clients waiting, so I hate to keep people waiting doing private readings. So anyways, this is Virgo. Anyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in Virgo, this is for the month of May 2015, and I am using my Decameron Tarot deck, and this is an erotic deck. For those of you who haven't seen these videos before, you can go back and look at, I think I made a video about this deck, about using this deck for the month of March, so you can kind of like go back and look. But basically this is for mature audiences. This is for everybody who's over 18. The video is going to have strong sexual graphic content and erotic images in it. So without further ado, let's see what you guys get, Virgo. And I hope that you guys are enjoying my other videos too, because I really had fun doing the finance videos, and I can't wait to actually get back to doing my Shadowscapes, because I miss doing my Shadowscapes. I don't know, I'm doing too many things all at the same time, but I like to change it up so that you guys kind of see different things that I do. Okay, so I am going to jump right to the end, okay? Right to the outcome. This will be the end of May, okay? Because by the time, in the timeline of the cards, the way I see it, this will be the very tail end of May for you guys. Basically, this is, you got the card that's the cover of the deck, right? You can see what he's doing. He's taking a look at her lady parts. He likes what he sees. Okay, so this is a beautiful, voluptuous woman who is very tempting to men, even a man who's married or unavailable. Okay, and this man, it says, whose intentions are strictly dishonorable, as he wants to look and to play, but will not give up his freedom for a commitment. So he's not even free, really. In my mind, he's just a guy who's unavailable, and he likes the freedom to roam, but he's not going to get into yet another commitment. Okay, so that's how I see this. Okay, so Virgo, it feels to me that the outcome is you're into somebody who's unavailable. You're into someone who's either committed in a marriage, or they're committed in a partner, boyfriend, or girlfriend, and this is not the guy for you. He does not have good intentions towards you, and if he does say he has good intentions towards you, he's never going to leave his wife, okay, or girlfriend. You know, you tempt him, and maybe the sex is good, but it's just a temptation. It's like a flirtation. It's a fascination. And so it's not going to go anywhere. So the reason I wanted to skip this card is because, not that I want to be the bearer of bad news, it is because I didn't want to get through this whole reading and then get to the end and have you be very like, what the hell? You know, this shouldn't come as a surprise to you, though, because people who get into relationships with people who are unavailable kind of know that there's a chance that they're not going to leave, or that they're dealing with someone who's just a player, or they're dealing with someone who has not the best intentions. They have selfish interests in you. And so that's why, I'm not, I'm not bullshitting when I say this. You know that this is true. Deep down in your heart, you may not be consciously aware of it. You may want him to leave. And this can go the other way, where, guys, I mean, this could be you, Virgo males, sleeping with someone who is, in a marriage situation. It could be both. And both of you could be married. Have seen this a lot, where two people who are in committed relationships, they basically take out an insurance policy on their current relationships and then, start to mess around. It never really works out, to be honest with you. I mean, and the thing is it needs to be all over and done with. They need to be free and clear of their crap first before they jump into anything else. It's like, an addict is told not to get into a relationship with someone until they're finished the program, right? You need to finish the program, get out of a relationship, and then get into a new one. It makes sense. So that's the outcome. So the message for the month of May at the very end is to know that this person, guy or girl, is being dishonorable in a way. They're being selfish. They're not going to leave. And you need to make choices based on this knowledge. Not based on this video, but based on the inner knowledge that you have. Knowing already that I'm right, that they're not going to leave. You know it. And my suggestion is, because this video is all about sex and relationships, my suggestion is to look elsewhere for someone who is single. And I did want to pull another card because I don't like ending off on a negative note. And I feel like it's the same guy, to be honest with you. I feel like it's the same guy. But it may not be. For some of you, it may not be. Okay? So for some of you, the final card is, I call it the copping a feel card. Okay? Where the guy reaches in and grabs the girl's vagina, basically, or ass, or both. And, it's one of those things. He cops a feel, or somebody makes a move, okay? The outcome is unexpectedly someone makes a move. This can be also someone who really wants to make a move, too. Guys, you may want to make a move on a girl, or their girl may want you to. There's this strong desire for physical contact, for fun, or much fantasy about someone, about the first kiss, or first move, or a first date. This is dreaming about hooking up with someone. So to me, it feels like, and then for some of you, it may have nothing to do, the person that you're into may be totally available, free and clear. But for others, they may not be. If you're fantasizing about this person, and I feel like some of you, the fantasy is going to live on. Even after you watch this video, you're going to go right back into wanting to be with the person who's unavailable. Because it's impossible not to want that, because they're unavailable. It's one of those things. You want somebody more when they're unavailable, okay? So you're going to go right back into that fantasy about having, what if, we kiss, and what if we hook up, and what the sex is going to be like, okay? Chances are you've already slept with him. But it's possible that you haven't yet. Each situation, there may be more than one of you who's in that kind of situation where you're sleeping with someone who's unavailable. Actually, I feel like you probably are, because you have this card as well, and it looks very similar to that other guy. And this card is in the position of immediate future. And so this card is all about, though, it's also about a healthy sex drive and an active, fulfilling sex life. Despite weight gain, he or she does not care about appearance as much as your ability to satisfy her in bed, and you do. Do it often and do it more, and you will be happy, okay? To me, that feels more like a couple, though. So for those of you, I feel like for some of you, it may not be like a full-blown affair. It may just be someone that you want who's unavailable, that you can't have, and you're dreaming and fantasizing about them at the end of May. For everybody else, you may just have a strong desire to have sex, period, at the end of May, okay? Now, let's, I also feel like we're kind of going backwards here through the spread, but that's okay. Later in May, towards the end of May, you're going to be either having sex with someone who's kind of aggressive or very intense, or you're going to be fantasizing about like a past lover, okay? This says, it's this card here. And it says, a man who takes what he wants, who is brave, who goes after the woman he desires, a man who will chase you if he wants you, and be careful, he will get you into bed quickly. Once he does, you will be able to go on for hours, not tire nor care about anything else. A woman who wants a man to be aggressive or strong, there is a strong desire for someone that cannot be forgotten. This potentially is like an old flame. Old flames that may be good in bed are haunting you, okay? To me, I feel like this came up for the Aries. So Virgo, ladies, you may be in a relationship with an Aries man. At the end of May, if you are, please message me. I'd love to hear about it. So you may just be fantasizing, remembering about a relationship that you were in the past with an Aries guy, or someone who just was very aggressive. Could be also Sagittarius or Leo, potentially. Okay, so I'm just going to continue going backwards here. So in, I'd say the middle of May, middle to end of May, there's going to be, and what the universe is sending you at that time is going to be a desire for fun and play. This is the menage a trois, okay? This is multiple partners. This is not commitment. It says desire for fun and play and to not be in a committed relationship. This is to not want a committed relationship. This is a relationship that is only about sex or is only meant to be short-lived. Female has no desire to commit or may have to choose between two lovers or two suitors, okay? If a man, the desire for play and fun and not to be in a committed relationship. But I see this being both male, female, not really wanting a relationship. This is one of those cards where you just don't want the commitment. You just want to be single. You just want to have your single life and not have to deal with, all that mess that kind of can come with relationships sometimes. This is just someone who wants to have fun, okay? And emotionally, you're working too much, okay? In the position of emotions, you're working too hard. You got the work card, okay? This is not a sex card. This is a work card, okay? There's a few cards in the deck that aren't sexual imagery. It's just, and you can see it's a guy who's sweating his face off, okay? And this is working too much. This says not enough time or energy for sex. To need to find balance. This is overworked and underpaid, also underserviced, okay? Need for sex still remains, and you would rather have sex than work any day. Time to take a day off. Happiness is at stake, okay? There is a young lady waiting for you to come home to fuck her, okay? And I say that because it's a picture of a guy. It could be another guy that's waiting for you to come home, if you're a guy, Virgo, but also it could also be where ladies, there's somebody at home waiting for you. Maybe a guy's waiting for you or a girl's waiting for you to come home from work and to sleep with her, but you're still at the office or wherever you work, and it's like hours and hours and hours later, and you're still not home. And she's waiting for you, and she's been waiting for you for a long time. And she may have fallen asleep. She might have gotten cold and put her sweatshirt on. She may have, you know, started to watch a movie and drank too much wine. She might not even be in the mood anymore. So you got to, you know, if there's someone waiting for you, please be considerate. That's all I'm going to say. Having been in those positions before, it's never fun to wait, and I hate waiting. So keep that in mind, Virgo. So for those of you who aren't in a relationship, you are focused on work, okay? And you need to dedicate more time to having romance and sex. I would say that in the future, I don't feel like immediately in May you're going to be, or the end of May, you're going to be I don't feel like you're going to be in a committed relationship. I feel like you're focused too much on the past, you're focused too much on work, or maybe even finding a job to really, it's just like not yet time for you to be in necessarily a committed relationship. However, those of you who already were in a committed relationship prior to May, okay, you may be you may be still in that committed relationship, and nothing really is going to change for you except you're going to want to have more fun in the bedroom. You may start to compare your lover to an old lover. There may be some cheating on by your partner. On you. So keep your eyes peeled, okay? The end of May, Virgo, what's going on with your partner, okay? Males, females alike, kind of watch them like a hawk. I'm getting you to watch them like a hawk, okay? Don't go through their phone. Don't go through their email. Don't do anything like that, okay? Don't follow them on Facebook. Don't see who they're liking or whatever, or talking to on Twitter. No, you know, you'll know if they're cheating on you. But watch their actions and listen to what they tell you. And if it smells fishy, then it is, okay? Going back, what's crowning you right now is, to me, this is the card of decision making, okay? And it says to realize you have very strong feelings for someone and to make decisions based on those feelings. This is to act on them. To break up with one person because you realize what's missing in the relationship. Good sex. If you're female, it's a man who wants to fuck you badly, okay? I also think of this card as breaking up with someone because you actually have sexual feelings for somebody else, okay? Or you have feelings for somebody else. So that, to me, is very strong. It's interesting because you have these two cards that are kind of back to back here, okay? And in this image, she's alone, right? In this image, they're having sex. So it's sort of like she's going, do I really want to be with this guy? You know, but she ends up sleeping again with him. They're in a relationship. So either she has sex with him because he wants to fuck her really bad, okay? This could be, you know, this could be a new guy, okay? This guy could be a new guy, okay? For her. And I feel like he also could be in another relationship. He could be married. I feel like she could be single and dating someone who's unavailable. Or she's just dating, she may just be dating multiple people and not know that he's in a relationship, okay? Either way, it feels to me like, you know, I feel like she has a very strong desire for sex. And here's the thing. He may not be, this is not her first rodeo, okay? So to me, I feel like she's sleeping around. Some of you Virgos are either sleeping around or you're dating multiple people. And at different times. It's not like there's too much overlap. It just feels like you have desire for several people, or you've had desire for several people. If you're single, to me, because she's single here, you have a strong desire for sex. There may be someone who really wants to have sex with you. You may be really thinking through what, what it is that you want in a relationship. And you're making, and you have desire, strong feelings for someone, and you're making decisions based on those feelings. I think of it as the breakup card too. Okay, I don't know if there's a breakup card in this. Well, there may be, I think there is, because there's a tower card. I think of that as a breakup card too. I feel like that this could be, what's crowning you could be a breakup, Virgo, potentially for you ladies. Or even guys too. This could be a breakup too for you Virgo guys, going through a breakup. And the reason you went through the breakup is because you weren't quite matched sexually. Things kind of got boring. Potentially, this card says a man who wants a woman to dominate, or at least on occasion, who is bored with the same old positions without much change and or need, and there's a need or want for handcuffs, hand ties, role reversals, needing for fantasies to become real and to have more fun in the bedroom. Your sex life currently may have gone stale, okay? So this is what was going on in the recent past. So I feel like that kind of led you to this breakup, which is what's crowning you beginning of May, okay? Beginning of May. And then either you break up and get back together with the same guy, or you start dating a new guy. And maybe this new guy is the one that's unavailable, okay? And then it leads to having a fantasy about wanting him, and it's really, I don't see it working out, okay, just so you know. But at the same time, I don't necessarily see that you're going to be getting into a committed relationship if you're not in one. Now, if you're in a committed relationship, you need to have more sex. You need to change things up. You need to do things that maybe you wouldn't normally necessarily consider. In the distant past, you got this card, which is very interesting. This is it says someone with the desire to seduce or to be seduced, slowly and gently, to have a foot fetish or lingerie fetish of some kind. This is to get turned on by caressing, touching, love of massage. A woman who loves to massage with a happy ending, and a man who is very sensual, who likes the feel of fabric, of materials like silk or cotton, are very exciting to this person. So this is very touchy-feely, like, Virgos, it's not unusual because you're an earth sign for Virgos to be very touchy-feely, very sensual, okay, to have certain fetishes and quirks. Virgos are known, I feel like, for their quirks, okay? So I feel like it's not, it wouldn't be unusual for you to have kind of certain quirks or things that you like that turn you on, okay? And I feel like there are several different guys here. I feel like you dated a guy in the distant past, and the relationship kind of went stale. And then you broke up. And then you started dating a new guy, okay? For some of you, a breakup is crowning you, okay? Which means chances are you're going to be going through a breakup. Unless you're single, in which case this is a very strong desire to have sex with a certain person, okay? And you may just have kind of like a lingerie fetish or a foot fetish or something that's kind of ongoing, okay? And you may need to change up your sexual repertoire a little bit with the new people that you end up dating, okay? I feel like also one of the reasons the relationship in the distant past didn't really go far is because you kind of rushed into it. Because you got this card, which is the card about not rushing, okay? Two people kind of really having fun, but they're really rushing into it. It says, a strong sense of playfulness in the bedroom, fun times, can indicate sex that is not serious or about commitment. Someone wanting to just have sex because it will be fun. A girl who is also not sure where the relationship is going. Okay, this is insecurity, I feel. And that's what's kind of going on in the center of everything. I feel like there's an insecurity. There's a caution here to understand where each other wants the relationship to go. If you're still in a relationship, okay, for some of you, you may be, okay, you may not have broken up with this person. You know, you have a strong sense of playfulness. You do need to kind of get things going again, and kind of get creative. And I feel like you're kind of on two different pages, you know. One of you is thinking about it in the this is fun kind of relationship. And the other one is like really dead serious. And it's not really going to work. And that's not going to work long term to have those different kinds of viewpoints. And I feel like in the future, specifically the female, Virgo female, you're going to be playing, I feel like you're going to be dating more than one character, okay? There's going to be more than one character in your life. So it doesn't feel like you're going to be staying in this committed relationship. I feel like the relationship is kind of going stale and, or has gone stale a little bit, and you kind of need to make up your mind about what you want. You're very insecure about it, though. You're insecure about it. And you wanted to go, I feel like you wanted to go someplace, but it just may not. So it's one of those things, Virgo. Virgos typically don't like a lot of change, okay? So this is one of those things where I feel like things are going to change irregardless of what you do, okay? So my suggestion is don't get too stuck on the past, okay, and what's gone on. You know, whether you rushed into it with this guy or whether you dated him for a while before you slept with him, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that I don't necessarily feel like you're going to be with him in the future. I feel like you're going to be with this other guy, or several other people. Specifically, though, you're going to fantasize about this one other guy who's unavailable, okay? That's kind of how I see it. If you're single and you're not dating, this is, you know, you may have, like I said, a strong sensual side. You may be prone to rushing into things, so you need to go carefully no matter what. You're looking for a long-term relationship. You're looking for someone who doesn't care, like if you're curvy or if you're not curvy, someone who just loves you for you. And you're kind of not really over your ex-boyfriends or your ex-husbands. And you're kind of fantasizing about going on a first date or having a first kiss or having a guy chase you, you know, that element of the chase for females, okay? If you're a guy, I feel like you've had, you know, I feel like you've been in a relationship, and in my mind, you kind of just want to play. I kind of feel like you just want to be in a play, you know, date around and see what comes and kind of be playful and not necessarily commit to any one person right away. And for some guys, you're working too much. You're kind of diving into work, and that's all that's going on, and that you're not really having as much sex as maybe you would like, or maybe you could, you know. And then we have another fantasy card. The last card is a fantasy card. I think it is a fantasy card. And this is also the sneak, okay? This is the sneak. I think of this as a very sneaky card. This is to fantasize about having sex at a party. Two people wanting to experiment in unusual places where they can be bad, okay? Where there is a risk of getting caught. This is two people deciding to be together and not caring what others think. So here is this element of cheating. Here's the element of doing something bad or doing something, not really giving a shit what other people think or want or care. This is just to kind of go off with somebody and sleep with them in the garden, and it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? To whose garden it is. It doesn't matter where it is or what it is. It's two people kind of wanting just to be together and to sleep with together and whatever. This is also, in some cases, just wanting to do it in unusual places, you know? I mean, these are two people that are at a party, and maybe they go off and they do it in the bathtub, you know, at the party, the bathroom. I wouldn't suggest it because people are going to be knocking on the door all the time. So, that's just something I've learned. Yeah, so my suggestion for you is, Virgo, take heed of what's going on. Keep your eyes peeled if you're in a relationship. I don't feel like in every situation for you guys there's cheating involved. I feel like because there's a sneak card, there could be some sneaky elements or things that your partner isn't telling you, or things that you're not telling your partner, okay? If you don't want a commitment, or if your partner doesn't want a commitment, you need to kind of get to the same page, because I feel like there's this strong element of fun here, wanting to have fun and not really wanting it necessarily to go like 100 years down the line, whereas you, Virgo, may want it to go 100 years down the line, and the truth is that it may not, anyways, so don't lust after, part of the pun, don't lust after that long-term relationship that's going to last a lifetime, because I feel like you're going to be dating. I feel like you're going to be dating. For those of you who are interested in dating, for those of you who are not interested in dating, I just feel like there's a strong fantasy for you. There's a fantasy thing going on. And if none of this applies to you, well then, it doesn't. Feel free to watch my finance videos. Feel free to watch my regular Shadowscapes videos. But this is what I see for those people who are having sex, those people who are in a relationship or looking to be in a relationship or just dating, And even for single people, I'm not saying this is not for single people too. I feel like those of you who are single and want to be with a Mr. Right, I feel like you have a little, it's not yet time. I don't feel like it's time for you to be committed and settled down. I think the universe is saying, no, it's not yet time for that. That is all that I'm getting for right now. I wish you guys all the best, and feel free to email me if you'd like a private reading, elizabetholson31@gmail.com, and I send you big hugs, big kisses, and I wish you all the best. Take care.